Welcome to a brand new series here on my channel, an Oklahoma City Nighthawks franchise rebuild here on Madden 23. Now this is going to be a little bit different. I have taken over the Houston Texans and I have cut every single player on the roster, which is what you are seeing now. The only way I'm allowed to rebuild is through signing undrafted free agents and the actual NFL draft. And as for free agency in the offseason, I'm going to attempt to play it realistically with how bad this team is going to be. Not a lot of star players are going to want to play for a team that is this awful. But in the very first draft of our franchise's history, we had 2 first-round picks and 9 picks overall in the draft, so let's go ahead and go over those players. Our franchise's first ever selection at the 9th overall pick was quarterback D'Anthony Lashley out of East Carolina. Obviously not great as he comes in as a normal depth trait, but he has a 74 overall, and here are all of his ratings if you need to see them. And with the 18th pick in the first round, I took right outside linebacker Cooper Hancock. Not a great first round, as you can tell. We ended up with 2 normal depth traits, but he is a 73 overall, and here are his ratings. And with the 18th pick in the second round, we got our first hidden depth trait player. That would be left guard Sean Hood. And then with the 9th pick in the third round, we got our only other hidden depth trait player. That would be right guard DJ Leakey out of Michigan. And then with the 18th pick in the third round, I took left outside linebacker Courtland Sutton. Obviously, same name as the Denver wide receiver, but he comes in as a 72 overall, and here are his ratings. And then with the 18th pick in the fourth round, I took center Jesse Winkler. Comes in with a normal depth trait, 64 overall, and here are his ratings. And then with the 18th pick in the 5th round, I took defensive tackle Jerry Brazil out of Clemson. Comes in with a 63 overall, and here are all of his ratings. And then we did not have another pick until the 2nd pick in the 7th round, and I decided to take outside linebacker Gordon Daly. And with our last pick in the draft, with the 18th pick in the 7th round, I took right tackle Cordell Fletcher out of Washington State. So that is probably not the best draft you've ever seen in Madden 23, but as of right now, they will all be starters because most of this team, like I said, is made up of undrafted rookies. But the reason I say that most of this team is made up of undrafted rookies and not the entire thing is because I signed a few players that were not rookies, but they are still under 70 overall. So now let's take a look at the entire team. Starting with quarterback, obviously we have 74 overall D'Anthony Lashley, and he is backed up by 54 overall Chad Thorne. At running back, we have second-year running back Raheem Blackshear, who is a 68 overall, backed up by a 65 overall Jamie Wagner, who was backed up by a 63 overall Matt Herring. At wide receiver, I believe this is the oldest player on the team. We have signed Cavante Turpin, who is 27 years old in his 3rd year, but he was under 70 overall, so I didn't feel like it was that big of a deal to sign him, but he will most likely be our number 1 receiver with his 95 speed. The second receiver is Glenn Boyd, the third receiver is 64 overall Tim Branson, and then 63 overall Kendall Phillips, and then 60 overall Jalen Agnew. And then at tight end, you have a 62 overall Charlie Wheeler, a 61 overall Anthony Graham, and a 61 overall Barry Whitaker. And now I'll quickly go over the entire offensive line. Starting at left tackle, you have a 66 overall Daniel Reed and a 64 overall Trevor Edwards. At left guard is 72 overall Sean Hood and a 62 overall Tyler Wooten. At center is a 64 overall Jesse Winkler and a 63 overall Trent Wheeler. Then at right guard, a 72 overall DJ Leakey and a 63 overall Javier Miller, if I can talk here. Then at right tackle, we have a 64 overall Cordell Fletcher and a 58 overall Rashawn Royal. And I will let you guys know right now that our defensive line is not going to be very good. Starting at left end, we have a 59 overall Gerard Cheeks and a 57 overall Keith Stoudemire. Then at right end, a 62 overall James Page, a 61 overall Will Morrison, and a 61 overall Nate McCauley. And then at defensive tackle, we have our draft pick in Jerry Brazil, who is a 63, another 63 overall in Kenny Curtis, a 62 overall Preston Stevens, a 61 overall Shelton Streeter, and a 59 overall Jalen Ridley. And now for the rest of our front 7, we have a 72 overall Courtland Sutton, a 64 overall Gordon Daly, and a 61 overall Jameel Booth. At middle linebacker is a 64 overall Logan Barton, a 61 overall Virgil Payne, and a 59 overall Rashawn Blackwell. And then at right outside linebacker, a 73 overall Cooper Hancock and a 63 overall Stan Haynes. And then over at corner, we have Joe Finch, who is a 66 overall, another 66 overall in Justin Peoples, a 65 Kamari Timmons, a 65 Cecil Warner, a 64 Eric Griffith, and a 60 overall Tramel Miller. And then at free safety, we have a 64 overall Nick McNeil and a 59 overall Bryce Bowe. And then at strong safeties, a 65 overall Von Russell and a 58 overall Sean Stewart. And here is the only free agent that I signed that is above a 70 overall. That is our kicker, Anthony Diaz, who was an undrafted rookie. And I just felt like that was okay to sign a kicker that was over 70 overall. And then our punter is second year Trenton Gill. And here is your head coach for the series. It is former quarterback Dylan Grayson. He was a quarterback at Washington for 3 years, and then he was a quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts for about half a year before he got cut. So now he is going to take over as the head coach for the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. And the way this series is going to work is I will be playing every single game, and I will be playing every single offensive down. On defense, we will be super simming, but watching every single one, and obviously I will show you guys some of the highlight plays. I'm not going to show you every single defensive play. But anyway, I hope you guys are excited for this series. This is just the introduction video. Week 1 should be out in the next couple days. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys next time.